Hey everybody, how's it going? It is Max with BuzzTox here, and it turns out that I actually have terrible timing. I put out a Game of Thrones news video yesterday, and it turns out the biggest Game of Thrones news actually dropped today. Jon Snow is actually spotted all armored up on the set of Dragonstone, alongside Davos and a lot of Dothraki soldiers. And this to me raises some really important questions, like what is Jon's motive coming south? I thought that Jon would just stay north. He doesn't want to kneel to anybody. He's safe away from Cersei's grasp, and he could just let Daenerys defeat her, and while that happens, he could prepare for the White Walkers. But that being said, I think that's also the reason why he has to go south. He needs to start recruiting. He needs to get people to help him fight the White Walkers. But there are a couple of crazier theories that I just want to quickly address, which would make him want to come south. First of all, Jon could be forced out of Winterfell. Whether that's White Walkers, which could come through the wall and kind of force him to retreat with his people, or it could be the Vale. Littlefinger had promised Cersei in Season 5 that he's going to seize Winterfell from the loser, either Stannis or Roose Bolton. And Littlefinger is at a point now where he seems he could be desperate because Sansa doesn't love him, she's not interested in him, and Jon is now king even though he wanted Sansa to be Queen of the North. So he has nothing to gain from this situation, so a betrayal could be in sight here. But I think the most likely scenario is Jon's top goal is to recruit to help him fight the White Walkers. So I think Jon is actually going to go south with Davos, Brienne, and possibly some other characters. Maybe even Arya might come along because we've seen her in a northern garment. But it's also possible that she comes to Winterfell when Jon leaves. And what's really important about this move is that if Jon goes south and leaves somebody behind, I think Sansa is the top candidate to be in charge. I think he leaves Sansa in charge, and that's the drama of Winterfell. Sansa learning how to rule with Littlefinger whispering in her ear. And another question that needs to be raised is when is Jon Snow gonna meet Daenerys? We have 7 episodes in the season, and a lot is happening in Winterfell. We've already seen set leaks that Bran, Arya, Sansa, Brienne, Littlefinger, Lady Mormont, Lord Glover, and all the other Bannermen, Tormund, and the Wildlings, they're all gonna be in Winterfell, so there's a lot going on. And I think you're gonna need a couple episodes to establish Jon as king. And you also need to establish a reason why Jon has to go south. Why doesn't he just send Davos? Why doesn't he just send Brienne with Davos? Why is it personal? Why does Jon have to go himself? And this could be done in many ways. Either he sits down and talks to his council, and they come to the conclusion that Daenerys is the best candidate for them to help defeat Cersei. But also Bran could come south and tell Jon about his true heritage, and tell him that Daenerys is the best hope in defeating the White Walkers. This will give Jon some extra motivation to go see Daenerys on his own. And I think this makes the most sense because it's too early for them to be talking White Walkers, for White Walkers to be coming south. I think that happens in the last episode, episode 7. And I think this is a really important moment for Sansa. I think she's been building up to this point. She's learned from many people, and she's definitely a different ruler from Jon. And she's been really bitter to the fact that he's king of the North. And this is her time to shine and secure her place as the queen in the North. So I think Jon is definitely going to leave her in charge and go on a mission with Davos and Brienne and maybe a couple of other characters to go have this meeting with Daenerys. And for all this to be established, I think Jon is going to leave for Dragonstone in episode 4 or 5. And that begs the question, where is he going to end up at the end of this season? If he's traveling all the way to Dragonstone, I don't think he's going to return back until season 8. The show has proven that travels in time is not a big deal, as we've seen Varys, for example, go to Dorne and then all of a sudden appear back by Daenerys' side. But I think it would be a really good way to end the show with Jon by Daenerys' side and have Sansa in Winterfell. Because you could have the finale with Cersei being defeated, but you could also have something terrible happen in Winterfell where Jon is not there to help. White Walkers could break through the wall and start to take over Winterfell, or maybe they're approaching Winterfell and Jon in season 8 has to go with Daenerys to Winterfell to help secure it and defeat the White Walkers. Now those are just my initial thoughts on this news. I'm going to delve deeper into it and see what I can come up with. And please, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Tell me if you think I'm right. Tell me if you think I'm wrong. Tell me what you think. I want to hear your thoughts. And that being said, I just want to touch on some BuzzTox news. I have more Game of Thrones theories coming, but I also want to know what content you guys want. Let me know, because I'm mainly doing theories videos. Maybe you guys want top 10s. Maybe you guys want us to watch the old seasons and do commentary over them. I don't know, but let me know what you guys want. And also, I have a gaming channel in the works. If you guys are interested in gaming, BuzzTox used to be a gaming channel initially, but I changed it to an entertainment channel. So that announcement's going to be coming out soon, so look out for that. But until then, see you guys later.